What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Courtesy Violation Podcast. How's it going?
Wait for him to answer. Nice. We're doing good too. It's good. It's good to have you guys here.
Fucking Worlds.
Worlds Week, coming off of Worlds.
It was awesome.
Was it?
I mean,
I wouldn't know.
well, yeah, you watched it.
I watched it, but I didn't watch it. You were in it. You know what I mean?
I guess.
That's like watching a porn and being like, I've been in a threesome before. You can't do that.
Well, I mean, you enjoyed it like most, I think.
Sure. I mean, it was, I will say this though, I watched every round. It was awesome, fun to watch, just like every Worlds. Every tournament's fun to watch for the most part, right? But Isaac Robinson, I'm still warming up to how rad it is that he's two-time, which it's badass to be defending two-time.
Back to back.
Back to back is pretty sick. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But that last round, I was like, I knew he was going to win. Well, I knew he was going to win. I figured he would win, and I was like, I don't know, this isn't as exciting.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought
Still
it was
watch
good.
though.
Yeah. I mean, that course, anything could happen, right? I mean,
Yeah.
certain holes could get crazy. 14. I mean, we'll go ahead and get that out of the way.
It was fun.
14 was brutal. Like it was a bad hole. I'm sorry. It was a bad hole. It was and it wasn't a bad. Well, yeah, it wasn't a great hole all the way around, but just those rocks around that basket, just brutal, man. It punished so many good shots that just I don't know.
You got to see the disaster live.
I've seen a few rollaways
person.
live, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Like it was just it was some. I know what people said, and I asked people in the crowd, right?
You seeing this shit?
I made a point. No, I made a point to ask, like, what do you think of it? I mean, just random people, what do you think about it? And honestly, a lot of people in the crowd were like, oh, I like it. It causes separation. You need separation on the last few holes, and it's true. But you need separation that's from bad shots.
Yeah.
Not good shots.
Not a good shot. I mean, Isaac Robinson's putt was rolling and just like checked up against a rock. So, I mean, if that little rock, what are you going to aim for that big rock? You know what I mean? Like, well, if it kicks up and rolls, it'll hit that. You can't bank on anything like that. It leaves too much up in the air.
Yeah. I made a point, to ask people, and there were some people that said, well, there's room above the basket, but, between the basket and the OB, which wasn't much room. They said there's no rocks up there. It was still rocky ground. There wasn't as many rocks.
Yeah.
That's true. Some people just didn't know what they were talking about, and like, well, baskets on the side of the hill makes you no angle control. Angle control doesn't matter when there's rocks. Like that doesn't. You could throw it on a perfect angle and it hit a rock and kick up and catch an edge. I
on
mean,
a 50% grade.
Yeah, it was steep.
It
Definitely was steep. The basket on 10 was on a steep grade. I don't know if it was what it was, but there was rollaways there. That didn't bother me.
Right.
Because the rollaways were basket hits or bad shots or whatever.
I'm gonna need my basket to be on a smoother surface if it's gonna be on a 50% grade.
I've seen some brutal rollaways on 10 too, but it was basket hits, band hits. I never seen one, that was what I would say a good shot or a good layup that just kicked up and rolled away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of those layups were good, should have been good layups, and just took a bad kick.
Sure. And then also the controversy with Niklas Antola's putt on, was that round 3 or 4? I can't remember.
That was 5.
Where he hit center, spit out and rolled, not OB, but pretty far away.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't go OB.
Yeah, it was a bad putt though. I mean,
it hit the fucking it hit the bar, it hit the pole.
It did, yeah.
Like that, there was nothing bad about that.
It was a little high.
Yeah, I don't give. If you get in the chains far enough that it hits the pole, and it should stay in. That's my opinion.
I agree with that.
That's
a flaw in basket design.
There was just no place. There was no safe place to lay up on 14, and it fucking sucked.
Yeah,
that was tough.
Even like it's one of those holes. Like even if you play for par, you could not get par.
Oh, very
just
easily.
Because of that.
Yeah, most people
unfair.
Were. Yeah, most people were playing for par. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
14 was just a bad hole. But the rest of the layout was good. It was a good time. New London was fun. Like I hate that it's leaving. You know, I hate that they're going to tear out the back nine. And they said that there is room to build
At
9
least
more.
7
Well,
holes.
yeah, they might as well say back 9. Well, that's what I heard. It was going to be the back. There's 7 holes of
I
the
should
back
trust you.
9.
You were there.
Well, I just talked to people. They said it's going to start in March. I think is when they're supposed to start tearing baskets out.
Wow.
So maybe something can be done. But it was fun watching that while it lasted. I
Yeah,
guess.
no shit. That would have been. I was really stoked to see New London, and
Yeah.
I'd seen some film of it just on like I don't know Foundation's channel and whatnot. But
It's brutal.
it's. You said it was 11,000 feet.
Yeah, close to it. Yeah,
That's too.
or maybe it was over 11,000.
That's too far.
It's
That's too many feet in the woods.
Yeah. Some of those holes are brutal, man. They're all good holes. Like there's no. I'd say there's no bad holes there. Like it's a good course. Like hole 6, man. I've seen it eat so many people's lunch.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just so fucking hard. There's so much. It's gel on the left hand side, OB on the right hand side, and it's 1,200 foot. Or, yeah, 1,200 foot with OB like almost an island green. It's fucking brutal.
Now, would you rather?
Seeing it in person's fucking just. Like I said, I seen it eat so many pros fucking lunch. Like just
How was like viewing for spectators there?
that New London, not great. Like
So it was as bad as we thought.
yeah, it was tight. They had a pretty cool thing, which I'll talk about it later. I got a cool story about Bushnell Boulevard, which was these trails that would cut through the woods where you could, for general admission, you could cut through there and catch different parts of the course.
Okay.
But like the best way to view it definitely was VIP and follow the cards. That's the only way you could see the whole course, really.
Yeah. Which you were a VIP card holder.
Yeah. Oh man. Yep. It was fun. I mean, it was cool. New London was hard to spectate.
Yeah. Now, but just for like you hear people complain about the Ivy Hills. Would you replace it to where New London 3 rounds, Ivy Hills 2, or would you keep it the way it was?
Well, they won't ever do that because the spectator part of it, right? Like,
but I'm just going off like as far as the unfairness of hole 14 and some of the controversy.
If something needs to be done with hole 14,
take the whole fucking course out if that one hole sucks.
I mean, just fucking put the basket somewhere else. It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
There's other ways to call separation, in score that doesn't involve people getting punished for good shots. I mean, that's my view. Some people liked it, man. Some people, and I'll tell you, after Holland Haley, where she absolutely shit the bed and had all the rollaways and all that shit on 14 in the last round. When the MPO lead card came around, that 14 was packed down there by the green. Everybody was there to see it because they knew it was going to happen.
It was a novelty hole.
Yeah, I mean, everybody
wanted to
knew.
see the circus.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was packed.
Wow.
So, but everything else, I really enjoyed New London. I thought hole 1 was cool. I thought hole 2. I mean, 14 was bad, and I don't know.
You're talking about Ivy Hill.
Ivy Hill. Yeah, did I say New London? I'm sorry. 14 was bad, and I think some people had an issue with 4, the one that had the carry of Hazard with the bells.
Oh yeah,
I think some people thought that was dumb. I thought it was.
I thought it was kind of cool too.
Yeah, I thought it was a
OB
cool shot
behind
to
the basket, Hazard in front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed spectating on the spectating end. I really enjoyed spectating 10. 11 was cool to spectate. I mean, it was a good view. Like, it was fun. I know Drew Gibson said it was one of the worst courses he'd ever played.
Yeah.
Some other people didn't like some holes. As from the spectator side, obviously I'm not getting paid to play there. And
who do you work for?
Who do you?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it was good. I liked it.
The shit, I just lost my train of thought. I wasn't able to make it though.
No.
I know I told everyone that I was probably going to be there. I told you I was probably going to be there. Ended up doing some family stuff instead, which is not as cool. as going to Worlds.
It was fun. It was a blast. I wish you would have came. You would have enjoyed it. You might not ever get to go to a Worlds.
I know.
So,
So anyways.
So it sucked for you. I mean, it sucked. It's everybody was asking about you. Everybody was looking for you. It was
You should have just been like, he has cancer, right?
I just kept saying, I knew he was going to back out.
That's fair. That's believable, and also I get it. Yeah. I'm very wishy-washy. I went to a kid's birthday party.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel
like
it's
family first. Right?
And we ate Little Caesars pizza.
That's the best.
I mean,
it's the best.
You take your Worlds.
Yeah, but
I'll see you in Europe next year.
Yeah, I would love to, man. After this one, it was an absolute blast. Like, it was a good time. Got to hang with the boys Damon and Corey, and we had a crash in our Airbnb. We had somebody that actually picked up the last room. Everybody might know him by Bear Bite Discs.
Nice.
But yeah, it was fun. We got to play some rounds. We got to spectate. We played the AM course that was on Ivy Hills, and it was one of the funnest rounds I've ever played. Like, it was a sanctioned round. Of course, played it blind or whatever.
Paul Macbeth Foundation put that together.
Yeah, and it was a really good time. I hope that if you were there, you got the chance to play that, because it was a really cool layout. I mean, everybody else, because it was. I mean, they threw it together. Like, I think they didn't even lay the course out till like Monday and Tuesday, and man, they did great. You know what I mean? It was a real fun course, challenging course. There was some tough holes, long holes.
Yeah.
And it was nice because you had a cart, so you could, it was 90-degree rule, so you couldn't actually drive to your disc, but you could, I mean, there was a lot of room in between the holes, so it was awesome. It was a cool time.
May have been the best weather we've had for Worlds.
It was great weather, yeah. It was hot Sunday, though.
But
yeah. Saturday and Sunday was pretty hot. New London is a lot of shade. You're in the woods, so it's not as noticeable, but it would definitely...
Wind, not much to speak of.
Not really any, man. Not really any.
Wow. Who was your favorite pro to meet? Because you met a good bit of folks.
I'm not always... I'll stick with this probably. Zach Melton, dude. It's not the first time I've met him, and we do have a little bit of an in with him because he is a friend of one of the guys that I went with, Damon. So, he's just a super nice fucking guy, man. He's cool. He's funny. Like, that Zach Melton that you see, like, cracking up and you hear little funny shit when him and Calvin, that's him. Like, it's him. He's just a funny, cool dude.
That's awesome.
And he's a Vol fan, of course.
Yeah. I mean, you're saying all this decked out in orange. It's like the only thing he wears too.
It's football season, baby. We got 4 days.
I look over there. You got his glasses on. You have a big afro. I really like Zach Melton, believe it or not.
Yeah, but Zach's cool. Paige Pierce was super nice. Allie Smith, the absolute sweetheart.
Yeah.
I mean, Chandler Fry, cool as hell.
I believe that.
I mean, pretty much everybody you meet is really cool. And I don't know if they're putting on a show. With Zach, I don't think it's a show. I think he's just a legit,
genuinely cool guy.
Yeah, because
I would say that. I would imagine that for most disc golfers.
I do too. I honestly, Allie Smith, like I said, this is the second time I've actually got to talk to her, and I think she's genuinely a nice, very nice person. I was very happy that I got to see her and actually buy something this time. I didn't have a chance to buy something at MCO.
Yeah.
And I wanted to support her, you know what I mean? And when I seen her over at the Thought Space, I was like, there she is. And I made sure I went over there and talked to her and, bought a disc off of her. And
yeah.
So, yeah, it was everybody's really nice, man.
Yeah.
Everybody I met.
Did you get to talk to Drew Gibson?
I never even seen Drew.
Because that's one of the pros that I really would like to meet.
Yeah,
Drew Gibson being one of them.
Yeah, I never saw him, not one time, not on the course, not off the course.
Yeah,
I don't know I guess he just jetted after his rounds. I never seen him in the vendors, but like you'd see everybody just kicking through it. You know what I mean? But I didn't see him. I didn't see Simon. I didn't see Eagle. I didn't see. Let's see who else I didn't see. Vinny, he rolled up the end of a tent and signed a bunch of frisbees.
Everybody's
Emerson
all up in
Keith
it.
did. Evelina did. Like everybody did. But not Simon and Eagle. I didn't see them anyway. I wasn't there the whole time though. You know what I mean? So they could have rolled up.
That's one thing that I think that I would struggle with is following a card the whole round. There's no way I could. I would have to flip flop back unless it's like last round. You got to follow the lead card, but I got to flip flop here and there. Go to different, then go check out Tournament Central or the whatever tournament grounds where they have the Fly Mart and whatnot.
With the Vendor Village, I think it's what they.
Vendor Village.
Yeah, and I think it's Tournament Central too, but. Where all the vendors is like Vendor Village, and they had a couple of jumbo.
Those were the best of the best vendors because you had to be rich.
Yeah,
if you're gonna be a vendor there,
you had to pay. I think it cost them a lot of vendors. Honestly, I think there was a lot of people that wanted to be there that weren't there. That you noticed that they weren't there that are at other tour stops.
Yeah,
so
that's lame.
That sucks. That's lame. That was we're gonna do winners and losers. That's the thing we're gonna start doing, and like. My loser for this week is Nate Heinold.
Yeah.
I think, first off, I thought it was super shitty that I seen on Disc Golf Scene before we left that one of his volunteers had volunteered for the afternoon or whatever. And he asked Nate if he could get in early to spectate the first half of the day. And Nate told him no, he needed to buy a ticket. I thought that was shitty.
Yeah.
And I also think it's shitty that it costs so much to vend at places like this. I mean, there was room for more vendors there. They could have let more vendors in. It wasn't like it was insufficient space. They had plenty. There was plenty of room there.
Kudos to OTB for throwing together that alt mart.
Yeah, OTB and our boy Anthony Happy with Par and all of them threw an alt mart together. And
Alternative mart.
Yeah, and it was crazy how much it cost. Like, I know that you could, some of the prices were, you could pick the package, right? You didn't have to go the full $10,000 is the number that I was hearing thrown around from multiple people. People here that wanted to vend, people there that were vending, but you didn't have to do all
I'm losing money doing this.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of them did. No shit. Like, I'd almost guarantee there were some vendors there that lost money. And I think that he was the biggest loser. I mean, between hole 14, just leave that off. The layout, that's all.
We're thinking about like small business and like these guys not being able to afford to get their name out there at the biggest event of the year.
Well, if you compare
that's fucking lame.
What people, and I'm not going to throw the numbers out because I don't want to get it wrong, but from people I spoke to, if you compare the prices of last year to this year, it was insane how much more it was.
It's like 100% increase.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a whole lot. It was a huge difference. And then you compare to what like USDGC does, from what I've heard, it was crazy how much more. Like, I don't know how some of them made money. I would say a lot of them lost money.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
So Nate Heinold is the gatekeeper.
It's
the keeper
of
the gates.
That's what it felt like. He was gatekeeping the vendors for sure.
Yeah. Did you go to the alt mart any?
I did not. Not.
That's one. I wonder who all was there because haven't really seen much about it. But I mean, I'm sure there was a bunch of pros and stuff that would go out there. And
there was everybody. I heard that everybody was there. That's what I was told. That just pretty much everybody. All the big names were there.
Yeah. That's also a thing too. Like different companies not being able to set up their vending there at Worlds. Like, you're taking food out of the professionals' mouth too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people that are the pros that are there representing their brand, whatever it be.
Yeah.
So I wonder how many of those couldn't do it,
or
ended up having to pay. Like I said, maybe losing their ass on it.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
I wonder where the vending money that people paid, where that money goes. I wonder if that goes to help pay for renting the golf course for a week, or if that goes into the purse, or, I mean, I know it's not cheap to run this event. Like, it can't be. It was huge, man. I mean, it was a huge event. I gotta say that I'm guessing. I don't know any numbers, but I'm gonna say there was 4,000 people there over the weekend. Both that, like 4,000 a day.
Wow.
Not combined. Like, there was a lot of fucking people. I actually asked Trevor from Foundation. I run into him, and I was like, "How many people do you think's here today?" And he said, "I'd say around 4,000." And that was on Saturday, I think.
Also, you talking to the enemy, dude?
I
Talking to
did.
the Foundation
I
boys?
talked to Trevor. I didn't talk to Hunter, but you know, you run into people.
Of course, hey.
You know, I might be.
I don't know if I think
might
you're
be,
a double agent.
I might be headed over to Foundation. You know,
They got a spot
give
for
you
you.
disc offs.
Yeah, and it's just you
It's
on
just
your own
me.
show.
Yeah.
It would work.
Yeah, I doubt it.
That's the only disc golf podcast I'd listen to, aside from Upshot.
Yeah. Well, Evelina took the big win. Everybody here, everybody listening is thank you. All I can think about is how bad her putt is, but man,
Yeah.
she throws the frisbee so well it doesn't matter. Like
That was a genuine take that I had. Was I bet these gals must feel silly that she won. You know, like, oh man, I really, you know, just the thought of like, fuck, I really let this win go if Evelina's beat me. But to your point, yeah, I mean, her fairway hits, her circle 1, circle 2 hits are crazy. Her accuracy.
Yeah,
what is that? Tee to green? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, strokes gained tee to green.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I mean, it was like
I didn't know
43.
that
It was like 43 strokes. Like that's what all it takes. But yeah, man, if we're repeating ourselves, we're on fucking repeat by saying this. But if she ever learns how to putt, they're all in fucking trouble.
Kristen Tatar isn't ever safe.
No, I mean, will she ever learn to putt? I don't know. I mean,
and learning to putt's not like just outside the circle. That's we're talking 15 to 20 foot putts sometimes. Maybe I'm being a little crazy saying 15 footers, but I know she's missed them. But like missing 20, 25 footers, like that has to be gut wrenching for. I know, and I'm done talking about how awful it is, how awful her putting is. But
I think we need to give the man, James Proctor, some credit. I think that he kept her calm down because she said that she likes him on the bag because he keeps her calm and he tells jokes and keeps it lighthearted, keeps her, you know, from getting in her own head. I'm putting those words out there. Yeah. I didn't hear her say that, but she did say he keeps her calm. And that man, I tell you what, walking that course is not fun. And he not only walked it, he then put a bag on and played that motherfucker and walked it again.
Absolutely.
Like according to my phone, over the 5 days that I was there, I walked over 37 miles.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of fucking walking.
That's a lot of miles.
And that's not even playing. That's just walking and watching. That's not throwing.
Right.
Now we did get a few rounds in ourselves. Mm-hmm. So that's not all at Ivy and at New London. So there is a few miles here and there, but 37 miles in 5 days, pretty much just spectating. Yeah. I'll just say 30 of those miles is spectating. That's a lot, man.
Spectator miles.
That's a lot for those players on Sunday, and I think I tweeted something about it, but them to be able to have the energy and play as well as they did on Sunday after those two courses that's something, man.
Brutal.
It was a lot of elevation at Ivy Hills. A lot of elevation.
It's not just like walking on a treadmill. It's like being on an elliptical.
It's worse. It's worse. It's up and down and up and down and up and down. And now New London's not as bad, but there's some elevation there too. You know, a few holes, but it
didn't bother James.
15 at Ivy. That hole is brutal. It's straight up a fucking hill. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. Put you in mind of Deglo a little bit.
From what I heard, it was worse than Deglo.
Oh God!
I heard from people that were playing it, and also Disc Golf World guys. They said that Ivy Hills was worse than Deglo when it came to elevation.
Well, I already hate it.
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was a hard. It was great to spectate. It was wide open. You could get out in front of a card and see some really cool shots, but it was up and down. And for them players to be able to play as well as they did 5 days on those courses, it's saying something.
Sure.
I mean, it's saying something.
Let me run through top 3 real fast just to give some. Okay, Evelina obviously winning. Once again, going back to what I was saying before of like everyone hating their, being pretty hard on themselves for the win, her getting the win. No, it wasn't like that at all. As soon as she won, it was cheers. Everyone was stoked. And I was like, man, that has to be the difference between FPO and MPO.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like if a Ricky came in second place at Worlds,
He's not stoked.
because a dude, well, and then like the guy that beat him was missing like 25ers here and there, he would be like, oh my God, what have I done? You know?
Yeah.
Just the difference in mentality there
Yeah.
that's what struck me as like, holy shit, that sucks. But they were so stoked, so I was like, oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
she got the fucking win.
Yeah.
Evelina won it. Congrats, Evelina. One time. Cat Merch. That's who I was pulling for.
She had it
after round one.
She had a hold of it.
Yeah.
She had a hold of it.
And she was like, what, 4 strokes in the lead after round? No, that was Holland. Hanley had the lead.
Yeah, Hanley. Yeah, she had it, and
I forgot about Holland Hanley.
she
for a
had a
second.
rough round.
9 over that last round.
8 or 9 over. I can't remember. Yeah, it was not good.
And
Yeah.
it started, I think, like the 4th round. She kind of lost it. Ooh, she let Evelina get close.
Yeah. Yeah, she there was like it was like a 1 stroke, I think, going into the final round.
It was.
Yeah, but I think she shot 8 or 9 over. I'm sure you got it there, but it was a hard round for her. She 14 ate her up too.
And it was looking like, cause, yeah, she was the one. She was 3 strokes ahead after first round, 3 after the second. It was tied going in 4th. I thought she was going to have it, but I was rooting for Kat.
I was too, yeah, for sure.
I was like, if she pulls this off, dude.
Kat was one of the people I picked for winners for the week, even though she came in second place, just because she legit. I was there. I was lucky enough on Sunday
Boots on the ground
to have. Well, I was lucky enough Sunday to have a little more access than I did the rest of the week. Thank you. You know who you are. And I was right behind. I was right there whenever they were coming up 18's green, and I do not think Kat was faking it when she was celebrating with Evelina.
Yeah,
I think she was 100% stoked for her, and I think being able to like not just tear yourself down and go sulk in the corner like I would for sure.
Right.
She was legit happy for her teammate, and that says something for somebody. So that's
Nico was on the side like, what the fuck's she doing celebrating? She looked like I would have already yelled at them.
Yeah, but I was honestly surprised that she was as stoked for her as she was.
Yeah.
Like, but she did.
I was too.
I think
That's
she
what
was
kinda...
legit happy for Evelina.
Yeah,
like,
I believe it. I think that's the difference in FPO and MPO for the most part. They seem to be very uplifting.
I couldn't have fucking did it. I'd have been mad as fuck.
You'd have been like, fuck.
If I had the lead going into like 15 of the World Championship and lost, I would have been fucking irate.
To a novelty act? No. It's not novelty. It's not novelty. Because once again, she's super accurate, the most accurate in the FPO field probably.
She's the best thrower of the Frisbee, yes. She just can't putt.
But cartoonishly bad.
Yeah, she makes putts though. I mean, it's not like she didn't make any putt. Like
right.
She does definitely.
She ended up getting the disc in the basket.
Yeah, I mean, she does make putts. She just gets it. It's all in her head. You can see it.
Oh yeah, it's all
in her head.
It's a mental game for sure. It's funny. I was thinking about her and Henna's putting. You know, they're both historically not great putters. And their putts are different though. They're different misses too, because I feel like Evelina's most of her missed putts are short or left.
Left. She misses left long.
Right, which that tells me that she's not giving it the goose.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe.
I don't know how it works. Hell, I can't fucking putt either. Who the fuck am I to talk about anybody's fucking putting?
I'm actually a putting guru. That's why I'm giving this.
I missed 3
insight.
Fucking putts that were less than 20 foot in the AM course.
Well, I do that too, but you know, she's like, what the fuck? Evelina's 981 rated.
Yeah.
You know, we're sub 900. We're 900 rated. That's crazy, dude. She's almost 1,000 rated, and she misses 25 footers of the fucking time.
That's how good she does everything else.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
But Henna's putts are much more chaotic.
Yes.
Where there's no rhyme or reason as to why they go this way or that way. It's the weirdest thing. They both miss putts, but it's in two different ways for the most part.
It's just bad.
They're just bad.
They're just bad at putting, man. There's nothing you can say. It's beating a dead fucking horse.
I know. Apparently, but I mean, and I have seen like the internet talk a lot of shit about it, and say some pretty ugly things.
Of course they are. That's what the internet's
For some reason, for some reason, this Reddit post was really fucking hounding her. Believe that or not, but yeah, at the end of the day, she got the dub.
Yeah.
So you don't need to putt for dough.
No. You just need to throw fucking really far. Throw for dough. Putting for dough is fucking overrated.
Yeah. That's fucking great. Kristen Tatar.
Yeah. She come back. She battled back, dude.
She battled back big time. I knew she would, right? I figured she would anyways. I figured it, like, even after the first few rounds, I was like, she'll probably end up scraping her way up to the top, but she'll need like a crazy big couple rounds to get to win. And no, it didn't happen, but she ended up scraping up third place.
Now I can't say who said this. I got to keep this in the pocket, but I was told, and she didn't, so they were wrong. But I was told, and I've never noticed this, but this wasn't from some guy I was talking to. This was from another player.
Reliable source.
That Kristen, sometimes if she has a bad round, that she just shuts it down. Like, she just quits giving a fuck. And after the first round, she had not a good round. And then second round, not a good round. I thought, and I got told that, like, after the first round. I was like, that she don't give a fuck anymore. She's done, you know?
She knows she'll be able to make it back to Estonia and be fed grapes because she's the queen out there.
Yeah.
She's like, it doesn't really matter.
I got a Porsche and fucking somebody feed me.
Yeah, no shit.
But, third round, not a great round. I thought, oh my God, it is true. She's laying the fuck down.
Yeah.
But then fourth round, played a little better. Fifth round, played a little better. I was like, okay, she didn't lay down.
Yeah,
I think had a couple of bad rounds.
I think she's just off a little bit right now.
Yeah, she's married. That ring's probably fucking her goddamn timing up.
No shit. It's probably weighing her left hand down too far.
Her hair's
and
a different color. She's super tan. I mean, I don't know what the hell.
Have you been on fucking vacation this whole time? What have you been doing?
But she didn't lay down. I'll leave it at that. She definitely battled back. Third place ain't bad at the Worlds.
No, not bad at all.
No.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not. And she's 2-time, right? She is 2-time.
Yes.
So she'll take it next year, maybe. But notable mentions. I picked Owen Scoggins last week, and you made a good note of, it's way too long for Owen.
Yeah.
And you weren't lying. She even commented herself, like, the course is just too long for me.
Yeah.
But tied 12th place.
Yeah.
So, and that's it. +2.
Yeah. It was just too much for her. It was long, man. Both those courses are long. Like, Ivy Hills is long, yes, and it's elevated. But guess what? Fucking New London is long as fuck.
Yeah,
too.
and in the woods.
And a lot of them's in the woods, man. Yeah. A lot of it. Now there is open holes. You know what I mean? That middle section's got some open holes. They're fucking long. Yeah. I mean, it's a brutal ass course. Both those courses are tough as fuck.
Moving on to MPO. Isaac Robinson.
2-time.
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 Goodbye, Prodigy.
And boy, yeah, no shit. We'll see. I mean, maybe he'll be the only player they have. Because they've dropped everybody else. So maybe they have the money to spend on him.
Right.
But I don't think they'll be able to keep him and Ezra. I don't think so. I think one of them's got to go. And it just depends. That's just my opinion. Or, I'm sure somebody else has the same opinion. But that's my opinion. I think that one of them goes, one of them stays.
Splitting up the boys?
Yeah. Am I crazy in thinking that Isaac Robinson just seems like an NFL guy?
I don't know. I've only seen him with Prodigy. I'm trying to really put him.
I just think he fits on that team. Like, he fits on Team Innova.
I can see it, but I see more Discraft.
Really?
Gobbling up all the world champions.
Yeah, well, maybe. But Innova only doesn't have a male. Well, no, they got Barsby.
Got Calvin.
He's never won
Not
a
world champion. Yeah. Fair.
Barsby. Who
we'll
else?
Get to that.
I don't know who else.
Who else does for Innova?
Yeah, I think that might be the only. Oh, Evelina, of course.
Yeah, Evelina. Yeah, Ken Climo.
Yeah, well, I think he's like a whatever team. I'm talking about the star team.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Congrats to him. He did a good job.
Dude,
Like
he
I
played
said,
fucking spectacular
well,
the whole time.
oh, for sure, he kept the lead up until what, round 3 or 4, where he lost it for like
Four.
2 holes or something.
4.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a bad start on 4 and then lost the lead and then he just woke up and then fucking started balling back out. I was like, damn.
I watched those first 3 rounds and I was like, he won't lose this.
Yeah, it didn't seem
I
like
had it in my head. I was like, there's no way. He's too dialed in.
Yeah.
He's too fucking good. I think I even sent it in our group message where I'm like, I don't think he can lose this.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll let it happen.
Yeah, 4 started
what they
tough.
do.
Well, I think he started good the middle of 4, the round 4, he started struggling. He got on the struggle bus, and then he woke back up and fucking started. He's very smooth, man. Golfs a lot of those holes, like hole 16 is the one where it has the OB in the middle of the hole, and you either got to crush it or throw a roller or something to get over the OB. Every round, he laid up. He played it the same every fucking time.
Yeah.
I mean, he golfs. He's a golfer.
He's a golfer.
Yeah.
He's a real thrower.
He can throw. Yeah.
Now, obviously, the what everyone thinks, like, would you have picked him?
No, I didn't.
I mean,
no.
Go back a month ago and been like, you think Isaac will take it again this year?
No, I think it was you said that maybe he's like Paul. He turns it on for Worlds. Maybe he's gonna be
it's a Paul Macbeth
4,
factor.
5, 6 time like Paul. Like he just turns it on.
Yeah, something about Worlds makes him come alive.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy because he hasn't been playing spectacular. He fucking
which he has been performing a little bit better like the last month or a few weeks.
Not like this though. He played fucking lights out, man. I mean lights out.
Well, let's see here. He averaged 1051 golf.
That's crazy.
5 rounds, dude.
Well, that's crazy.
To be that consistent.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not like he was ever like
he
just had some bad finishes because he's still a 1044 rated golfer.
Oh yeah,
it's still like top of the top.
There's just so much and I know I keep saying the same shit, but there's so many ways to get in trouble on these 2 courses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can blow around easily on a lot of holes. Like, you can really fuck your round up really quick on either one of these courses. And he didn't. Like, he didn't.
He just didn't do that.
Yeah, and everybody else did, you know? Yeah. It's like hole 6 at New London. I watched a lot of cards go through there. And I seen that hole just eat people fucking alive. Like, it's hard as fuck. And also when he played it, it was...
Oh, that's how this hole's supposed to be played.
He didn't do anything crazy. I mean, it wasn't, like, spectacular or nothing, but he didn't let it eat him up. Like, right. You know what I mean? Like, C-Dick, hole 6, every time he played it, it fucking ate him alive. And he played him okay, but, like, it's so fucking hard. You know, that hole is crazy. Crazy hard.
You should see me out there on that course. Niklas Antala, 2nd place. Good on him. Another Finn out there representing. And then Eagle. What about that?
Yeah.
Another one that at the beginning of the season you're like, oh man, I hope this works out.
It's only a matter of time until he gets back all the way from injury, learning the frisbees. Yeah, he's another thrower of the disc. I had the pleasure of watching him a few rounds, and it's nuts. Watching him, and we watched the chase card Saturday. I'm sorry, the card with him and Simon on it, and it was fun.
You got to watch the Crush Boys card.
It was fun watching them, man. It was crazy. It was. Yeah, I think there was just as many. The gallery was just as big, if not bigger, watching the chase as it was watching the lead.
I believe that.
Yeah.
With those 2 on it, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe that. Another notable mention, Luke Taylor.
Yeah.
Coming out. He was a amateur world champion. No.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. He's a fucking bomber.
Yeah, he is.
He was rookie of the year too. What, 2022? Was it last year? I think it might have been last year.
I don't remember
it was last
that
year.
far back.
Yeah, I think it was last year. But yeah, that kid's good. He's real good. He can absolutely hammer a frisbee. Like, I've seen him throw some shots.
And it looks very low effort to me.
I've seen him throw some shots, and you're just like, holy fucking shit. How
That's
did he
the
do
thing.
that?
That's the thing that I miss. Watching it on coverage is one thing, but getting to like doing the thing where you watch it go over your head,
Yeah.
and you're like, whoa.
Just an example of how far Luke Taylor throws. Hole 16, the hole I was just talking about with the OB right in the middle, and you have to either lay up or do something crazy to get over, which, I mean, a lot of people went over, but Barella throws a roller, and it's great. It gets down to, like, there's a ditch there. Like, it's one of the better shots I've seen all week. And everybody's like, oh, hell yeah, you know. Luke Taylor steps up, throws an air shot, and goes past Barella by like 10, 15 foot in the air.
Wow.
Like a turnover.
If you're throwing
Just
further than
absolutely,
Barella, you have something to be proud of.
Now, I'm not saying he can throw further than Barella. That's not what I'm saying.
On that hole, he did.
On that hole, he did. I don't think there's another human being on the planet that can throw over that house like Barella did.
Yeah.
That was, and I didn't get to see it. I wish I would have been there. I wish I'd have been watching that shit.
Did you hear rumblings of it before you saw anything about it?
Yeah, you heard people talking about it for sure,
Oh,
you know,
nice.
but I didn't see it, like a video of it or anything, until we got home that night and we watched the coverage, you know, recap, whatever. And looking at that spot from, because you can walk right there where he was at, and it's fucking.
It's really far.
It's fucking.
It's really high up.
It's fucking impossible. Like, I don't know. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm still not completely convinced he did it.
It's fucking insane. That throw is crazy. Like, I don't know that. I might be crazy by saying it. He might be the only person that can fucking do that. It was nuts.
Not even a full power Simon shot.
Maybe back when Simon was younger, or Eagle, before they started having issues with, because they throw so hard. I don't think they could do it now.
Right.
I might be wrong. I hope I am wrong.
Yeah.
But dude, I can't even, like, it's insane. That shot's insane.
We get it, dude. You went to Worlds and it was awesome.
No, just knowing how high that is.
Yeah. Even like watching it live, I was like, "Holy fucking shit! I didn't see anybody else do that." It's hard to really have to get the perception of that whenever you're not there.
If I tried to throw something that with that much angle, it would come backwards.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't have enough momentum to keep going.
Yeah.
Like, it would actually just stall and come backwards.
Yeah.
And his carried for 400 it's fucking nuts, man.
Like, you can throw a frisbee that far with the nose up like that?
It's nuts.
Mine don't do that. That's the realization I had when we went to MCO, is watching those guys throw, and it was windier there. There was some rounds were pretty windy, and watching their discs react in the wind as opposed to how mine do.
Yeah.
That was like, oh.
Yeah.
Wow, these guys really do put the spin on it.
Yeah,
Huh?
They do. It's a different sport. They play a different game than we do.
they really do.
They really do.
I believe it. What else? Any other good takeaway you got from? One thing that I wanted to bring up that I thought was funny, just a side note, is Evelina went to Texas Roadhouse for a Worlds win. Like that's the American restaurant to go to, I guess. She was like, we're going to Worlds.
Pretty sure that's where Isaac went too.
Really?
Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse?
Yeah, I think him and the boys went to Texas Roadhouse too.
And they had like a celebration where the server came out and she's like, we have what is it again? Disc golf? Oh, okay. She's like, we have a disc golf world champion here.
Hey,
Texas Roadhouse.
Maybe she likes for them rolls. Dude, them rolls are hot. Them rolls are money, dude.
Look, I fuck with those rolls too.
Peanuts?
Cinnamon butter.
You fuck with the peanuts?
I'll throw the shells on the floor and everything. I like Texas Roadhouse. I just think it's funny that that's the big celebration is Texas Roadhouse. Not even Benihana.
That sounds like something we do after we win a fucking seed here.
Yeah. No shit. Like, we're going to Texas Roadhouse tonight, boys. Got a little extra scratch.
Yeah. Be like, I don't like Texas. We're going to go to Lone Star or whatever. What's that fucking?
Longhorn Steakhouse?
Yeah, Longhorn.
Yeah, why didn't they even go? Not even Longhorn.
Dude, Lynchburg's not fucking that great of a place.
Yeah. According to Haley King.
Oh, yeah. Haley really doesn't.
According
like
to Haley King, they shouldn't even had that there at that venue.
Yeah.
Because it's racist, I guess.
I'd say, yeah. I mean, Lynchburg is probably not.
It's called Lynchburg.
It's called Lynchburg for a reason.
Maybe she has something there. What was her thing? I took some screenshots.
Yeah, she needs some attention or something. Come on. I mean, I get it. Like, there's a lot of bad places in this country, and I'd say every single town you go to, there's some fucking shitty history of it.
Absolutely.
It
Especially, I think her thing, it was distasteful to have it like in the South too. So I think a lot of people probably think that's pretty problematic. You know, to be like, you don't fucking, you're just gonna stomp on the South. Come on.
Or just, I mean, where are you gonna get? I mean, like I said, every fucking town has some shitty history.
For sure.
I'm not sticking up for it, but where you gonna? You gotta go somewhere. You gotta have it somewhere, man.
Yeah. She thought it was a slap in the face to people of color to have it there. She said putting out on hole 5, there was a literal, I don't know if this is even true, if this is what it was, but she had said that it was a slave quarters. And if it's an old building in the South, it may have been a slave quarters.
It very well may. It kind of looked like one. I'm not gonna
lie. Yeah, because the other houses were nicer, and then that building was not as nice. There's a good possibility that's where they kept the slaves back in the day.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Leave it up to a white woman to complain, to be the only one to complain about inequality.
Come on, man. I mean, what are we gonna do?
Well, she said that she didn't feel safe there.
Did she really?
Yeah, because she's gay or lesbian. So
now
that's kind of bummy.
You know, yeah. If she did, that
that's
sucks.
true.
That sucks. That she didn't feel safe.
We love lesbians.
Yeah, it's that place does have a ultra conservative vibe to it, of course, because Liberty University is there, and we all know who started Liberty University. We know his history of. So the whole, gay. Not feeling safe there. I can get it because Farwell fucking. I'm pretty sure he tried to shock the gay out of people. Like that was part of his ministries.
Who did?
The guy.
I don't know
Jerry
this.
Farwell.
Okay, no.
Like he started Liberty University. He was he's the shitty fucking person. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
He's really shitty. But I'm pretty sure Liberty University probably isn't like that anymore. But it's an ultra conservative town still, and So I get that part, but like, man, like slavery was a lot of places. Like if you try to take everywhere that slavery was, then damn, you're gonna have to not have.
Better not go to Worlds next year in Finland.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know what those Vikings used to do.
They were pretty bad. Yeah,
they're pretty rough too.
Yeah. So whatever. She needed some attention. Yeah. Whatever.
Southern man don't need her around. And fucking Leonard Skinner did, man. No, I agree with you. It's probably more of like you need to complain about something. So here's one thing. But that's the only complaint that I thought that was the wildest complaint about Ivy Hill.
She didn't say anything about 14's basket.
Apparently 14 was okay, but hole 5 there's a old slave quarters there. There's a building there that I don't like. That's a better way. There's a building there that I really didn't like the way it looked.
Did the building cause rolloways? Because if it didn't, I don't give a fuck.
No, but did hole 14 keep slaves? That's another way to look at it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's fine. Or I don't know if it's fine. It's not fine. It's easy for two white dudes to be like, what the fuck's the big problem? But I do think I'm more so with you in the fact that like, shut up. It's
whatever. Come on.
Everyone else liked it.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, if Philo was there, I'd like to know what his thoughts were on it. Rebecca Cox. That's the only 2 people of color that we have in disc golf. I wish that wasn't. I wish it's about the only ones there are. I wish it wasn't true, and I wish I didn't have to say it. We do. I will say that we do need more diversity.
Oh, we've said that.
We've been saying that for
the whole time we've been on this podcast.
Sure.
We need way more diversity in disc golf.
Yeah. And having it in Lynchburg, Virginia.
I don't think that's driving them away, though.
I don't either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody even maybe there was like rumblings amongst some of the players and stuff like this is shitty, but I mean,
I think it's more of a cultural thing too with disc golf and why there's not more people of color playing it. I wonder if like black dudes look at disc golf and they're like, "That's gay."
Yeah,
I'm not playing that shit.
No,
you throw a frisbee.
They're good at.
You know how many times I open up a fucking Facebook or Instagram video or Facebook reel or whatever, and it's the comment section is just like, "How is this a real sport? This shouldn't be a real sport. They call this a sport."
Yeah.
So people like, since it's getting bigger, it's getting that kind of attention, and you have regular people, football fans, baseball fans, looking at it and they're like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Yeah.
It must be like watching, the first time you saw cornhole on ESPN. It was like,
Dude,
silly.
it's a white sport because we can do it. And you know what I mean?
Easy.
No, I'm just saying POCs are good at every fucking thing else.
I know, that's why we need them.
They're real athletes. They don't
Yes.
need to play disc golf. They're actual athletes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Why would you want to live in a van and make $90K a year when you could play fucking basketball and make $90 million a year?
Yeah. Or live in a van and not make anywhere near $90K a year.
Yeah.
I feel bad for those disc golfers.
Yeah. There's some of them that definitely
Today's
don't have
climate,
that
come
made.
on.
Yeah, that's tough. Damn loaf of bread, it costs you $6.
I know. Don't even get me started on milk and eggs, dude. You know how many times I hear that complained about?
Yeah,
A
every
lot.
day.
I don't know how much they cost, but apparently it's too fucking much.
They're expensive. Everything's expensive.
I do buy them. I just don't ever check the prices on them.
It's all gonna get better though. It's gonna get better.
Okay. I like that positive mindset.
Now that Isaac won his second world championship,
Oh, yeah.
the whole world's gonna fucking correct.
Really?
Yes, that's all we needed.
Is him, you think he's going to run for pres now, too?
He might as well. He'd be better than them two dickheads. For sure. Yeah. But anyway. World's just fun.
It's fun.
Got a story. Story time. Friday. The second round of New London. I decided I was gonna be a fun guy with the fun guy, if you know what I'm laying down. So, we get there. And what a card, right? I look, I'm like, I'm going to find me a card. It was like the third card from the top, I think, third or fourth. It had Chris Dickerson, which I'm a C-Dick stan, right? I stan him. Well, everybody knows it.
Sure.
If you listen, you know.
Dear Mr. Too Good to Call Her Right My Fans.
But, Eagle, James Conrad, Raven Newsom. Everybody knows I'm a fucking gyro slut.
You are.
That's 3 gyro players.
Yeah.
And Chris Dickerson on the card.
Tennessee boy.
I'm watching it. Right?
Sure.
So I'm watching the card. Now, once again, I was being a fun guy with the fun guy.
Mm-hmm.
And about hole 5, which it runs right next to the vendor village around. It's a really cool hole. I start like feeling it pretty good, and I'm like, oh shit, all right. So I follow it. Well, right there at Vendor Village, you can get on the course. So a lot of people pile on that card, the gallery, and we're all watching it. We get to hole 6, and it's hot in the sun,
Oof.
and there's a bunch of people show up, and I start getting pretty anxious. And I'm like, oh shit, maybe I overestimated my tolerance of these.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, everybody getting real close, tight, it's getting hot. I look at my buddy and I'm like, hey, I'm going to hit Vendor Village, go back, get something to drink from the VIP tent, maybe catch the lead card, and I'll come back around with the lead card. So I jump on Bushnell Boulevard, which is these trails cut through the woods that GA could go watch bounce from hole to hole. It was a way to bounce around. Well, at this point, the lead card's already teed off, so everybody, I think a lot of the people at New London were VIP because it was so hard to spectate. I don't think there was many GAs.
Yeah.
As many. So I jump on Bushnell Boulevard. Now, keep in mind, 5 is right next to where I'm wanting to go. And I'm on 6. So, not that far away from the vendor village where I'm trying to head. Somehow or another, I get lost in the woods. And
No.
I'm not in the right head, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And I start walking around. There's not many people back there. So I'm just back there in the woods by my damn self. And convince myself that it's all okay. We're supposed to,
Nice.
supposed to just walk around the woods. So I'm enjoying it. So I do get lost. Somehow I end up over on like 13 or something. And I run into a card and they're playing towards me. And I see Barsby.
Just in the middle of the fairway?
No, I wasn't in the fairway. But I see Barsby and Sexton's on it. And I'm like, Oh, that's a cool card. So I bounce off and get behind them, and there's like 3 people
Yeah.
following them. I mean, there's nobody following them. Dude, it was so fun. Like being back there with not a big crowd,
Yeah, yeah.
listening to Sexton and Barsby cutting up, giving each other hell, seeing some fucking spectacular shots. It was just a blast. So I'm like, awesome. So I followed them for a couple cards. I'm like, I'm gonna go walk around some more. I'm really having a blast.
And that chilled you out because Nate Sexton's voice. It's like a subconscious thing. Listening to him on commentary for so long, you're like, oh,
that might have been what it was.
This is my meditation.
So I go walk around, listen to the trees talk a little bit more. End up back around 13, 14. Still don't know how the fuck I don't even know where I'm at this point. And I get behind a card with Goose, Chris Clemens, Mason Ford, and somebody else. So I'm like, fuck it. Last week I was big on Goose because they made all the pussy eating jokes and shit. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to follow Goose around. He's funny as hell. So I jumped behind them. And again, less than 10 people following the card.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
this
like
the way you want it, too.
Yes. And so I followed them for a few holes. Long story short, I ended up back on hole 9 and ended up back with Damon. But
you found your way back home somehow.
The whole point of the story is if you've never been to a DGPT event and you do decide to go, and I believe Swiss, this is one of his recommendations when we were talking to him. Man, get away from the lead card every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like go get away from the crowd.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Now, it might have had something with the state of mind I was in. Yeah. I get that.
Also, keep a head full too.
Yeah, keep a head. Yeah, that was fun too. But like, it was just so cool being in such a small gallery, like 5 to 10 people, and following around these players that we know so well, and we don't, you're not interacting with them or anything. Sometimes they'll even, talk to you or something, but you clap and, hey, nice shot, man, blah, blah, blah. But, like, it was just so much fun. I recommend if you do go to, go watch other cards.
Right, yeah.
You can see amazing fucking shots. And there'll be like 3 or 4 people watching. You know what I mean? It's just, it was so much fun. Like, just being lost in the woods, dude. Being lost in the woods at the Worlds.
Yeah.
Pro Worlds, I was lost by myself in the woods somehow. Just walking around. And
that sounds amazing.
Stumbled upon 2 of the funnest fucking cards I could have stumbled upon.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
And you make it back to Damon, you're like telling him about your story, and he's like, you haven't been doing that at all. You've been standing in front of that tree for the last 2 hours. You're like, no. I was with Barsby and that didn't happen.
It did feel, and I guarantee it was like minutes that I was walking around in the woods and didn't know where I was at. But it felt like 30 minutes.
Right, your perception of
time. Because I would walk for a while and I didn't see anybody, and I was like, fuck, where am I at? And then I'd turn around and walk back the way I came. It was so fucking stupid, but it was so much fun.
Dude, that sounds amazing.
It was so much fun. I was just walking around, jumping behind cards, dude. It was such a blast.
You're not going to believe me when I tell you this, but I saw Ezra's aura. Like, I saw his aura.
But I highly recommend if you go to, even if it's not your first one, and you've always went and followed the lead card or the big ones with the big galleries, man, get away from them. Yeah. It's so seeing other players with like just out there playing. It's so much fun, and it's almost
best tip for DGPT events.
It almost was like they were just playing around. Like I almost forgot that they were actually playing in Worlds.
Right.
Like the biggest tournament of the year.
Well, that's for your headspace. I mean,
maybe that probably did have something to do with it, but. It was just they seemed like they weren't as stressed. You know what I mean? I mean, they were still getting mad when they had bad shots and slapping their legs and all that shit.
It's still Worlds.
Yeah, it's still Worlds. They're still competing, but it was just a lot. It was just a cool vibe. I hate saying that, but it was definitely a vibe, dude.
A guy that was in that state of mind would say that phrase.
It was a vibe, dude. It was great.
I bet it was. I bet it was.
I had so much fun. Even though even though I was kind of lost, and I probably, if there was anybody watching my fat ass just walk back and forth in them woods, I bet they knew what was going on.
They're like, this guy's getting it.
This guy knows where he's at. Just walking back and forth, eating packs of crackers.
I was on Bushnell Trail. They're like, that's not even what that's called. Like, what?
I was very conscious about. I was afraid I was going to walk out into a fairway.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
been my big concern.
Dude, there was nobody back there. It was just woods, but they did have like ropes up and stuff, and so I was very cautious about walking.
Yeah,
or just getting hit by a disc. Joey Buckets almost hit me on New Ivy. No, on Ivy.
Okay.
On Ivy on hole 16. He laid up, and me and Corey were down there right at the OB line, because that was the best place to be on that hole, because you could see them trying to clear it, you know. So we were down there on the OB line, right there, on both OB lines, right on the side, and Buckets laid up, and then he turned over his forehand, and dude, you messaged and said, I think I just seen Gibbs, or you seen Deals or whatever, and dude, it doesn't look as close as it felt on video. Looks like we got out of the way pretty close.
But it was close.
But it felt like it was close. And I did not want to be the fat guy. Like, I did not want to be the fat dude that couldn't get his fat ass out of the way and knock somebody's disc out of bounds. You know what I mean? Damn. Could you imagine the fucking people, what they were saying?
You were wearing a courtesy violation shirt?
I don't think I was that day, thank God. But I definitely was very cautious. Like, I wouldn't sit down. I would stand up to make sure.
Yeah.
Because he was lining up right at us. Like, he was lining. I was like, he's throwing right at us still. So he's throwing right at us.
Yeah.
And
it's like, you're high. Shut up.
But it was a blast. It was a real good time.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you got to go. I'll skip my nephew's birthday party next year, and I'll make it.
You need to.
I will.
You need to.
I mean,
you got any winners and losers of the week?
No, I didn't even put any thought into it, actually.
Well, don't worry about it then. We'll jump on that hardcore next week.
Winners and losers. You said hole 14?
Yeah. No, I said Nate.
Nate Heinold was the loser.
And Cat Merch was my winner.
We're going
just because she showed such great sportsmanship. Anything.
Okay.
14's green is a loser for sure.
A loser, yeah. The slave quarters, man.
That's a loser.
That's a loser.
That's a loser, yeah.
Not because the venue was held there or because it was there next to the basket, but just because slavery is whack. Yeah.
Facts.
It's not cool.
It's not cool. Never was.
No, we were one of the last people to do it in a first world, and that was pretty weird.
Yeah, that's a good loser. I like that one. That's a good one.
Going out on a high note. You know?
Let's bounce. We love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.